Hello there, and I want to welcome you to my video if you happen to be watching this. So, first of all, I would like to say this is more or less a introduction video as well as an introduction to my channel because I'd like to explain some things right off the bat. So, first of all, obviously, this is not my face. Now, if you couldn't tell, especially by now, then maybe you have some other videos because you may have some other issues as well after you see this video. Just kidding. But the reason I'm wearing, obviously, this filter is it's a little bit of a backstory to it, but it will make sense. It makes sense because I want to be in the series of videos that I'm going to make and explain why, at least why I'm opening my channel. I would like to have frank and honest conversation between you and me. I'm using these videos as a sense of therapy, which a lot of people do. And I'm not old. I'm also not young like a kid, even though you see this face here, but I'm somewhere in the middle. So I've known a lot of people, and a lot of people have affected my mental health for the better and also for the worse. So I don't have their permissions to talk about them in these videos, and it's just way too much trouble to get their permission. And I want to respect the, I know for a fact that at least a few would not want to be mentioned in these videos because the first reason is that they're not all positive things, but they are truthful. They're truthful to how I see it, how I have experienced them. So in order to not go through all that trouble and embarrassment to them or the headache if they happen to see one of these videos, I decided that I would use some type of disguise. But at the same time, I wanted to be genuine with everybody who watches my videos. So I had to figure it out. And then with some research and everything, I came to the conclusion that this works. And also, I happened to find out that virtual bloggers are becoming a thing on YouTube. But that's not what I'm trying to be. If I could, I would definitely use my real face. And so the reason I picked this is also because, like, why didn't I pick Elvis or an alien out there? Even though those are two topics that I used to be a mega Elvis fan. My parents did. My mom in particular really liked them, and I still do. And I also am very interested in the world of paranormal, and I include the aliens in that, I guess. So there you go. You have some information there right off the bat. So having said that, like I said, this actually looks like me, and you can see impressions much more better than those. And just say it's a somewhat more ambiguous type of look to me. Definitely a much smoother face, but I'm definitely a man, and I'm just gonna go with this for now. So getting that out of the way, I can say what I plan to do with the next following videos. I plan to talk about mental health in general. I plan to talk about my mental health, and in conjunction with talking with hopefully with other people who have mental health issues. Mental health is a term that's used, to express the whole bubble of mental situation. But now we'll go into specifics because then I have and do suffer from mental disease. Now, I know that always sounds rough to certain people, mental disease, but mental disease does not mean you're a crackpot or some crazy guy, in the middle of the subway. It just means there's something that you have that's considered abnormal and that it bothers you or causes, causes pain, suffering, or it's different levels. So I want to say right off the bat, I've had hard times in my life, but thankfully nothing that really that I would consider critical. It's was more of a rather hard times kind of situation. But I'm a person who always try to look at the other side and a bit of a realist and realize there's people out there with way more problems than me and have suffered way more situational things, physically, sexually, mentally. So I've been lucky in that aspect. My mental illnesses and have been more of just direct pain to me, and then has caused significant issues in my life, no doubt about it. So I don't want to downplay it, as well. I know these things are real and I've had them in my life, but okay, moving on. So like I'm saying, I would like to talk to you about your situations. And one of the things that's always recommended in any type of situation where talking to people about your problems, other people, is really important. It really helps you. Remember, I'm not a doctor whatsoever. You must go, especially for situations like deep depression and whatnot. You really should go to a psychiatrist and let them help you. These brain heads know what they're doing. But in conjunction with getting professional help, speaking to your fellow man and your friends and speaking to people that communicating really helps a lot. It's done across the board in so many fields of health. Human interaction and human understanding is very therapeutic. Okay, so that's very important. Also, before I forget, I want to say that these videos are going to be nowhere near perfect. One of the things that came with my mental health is when I do a project or something, I can sometimes be very perfectionist about it, to the point where nothing gets done, where things should have been done a long time ago, or things tried. It just takes too much time. I generally would get them done, but it would take so much more time, effort, and pain if I wasn't such a perfectionist at times. Also, there are times when I stutter a little bit or whatever. So these were things that kept me off YouTube for a while. When in my real life, people always say, "Hey Frank, you remember when I first heard I was called gregarious? I didn't know what the hell that meant." Well, look it up if you don't know what it means. But I've always been known as an outgoing person because I forced myself to. And also, I've been called intelligent. And these things are not really important to know, but have always kind of been attracted to me, whether it be like at a bar or, But funny enough, I'm not a party guy or any of that kind of stuff. I'm not even an overly friendly guy. It's just that I knew for my own self it was part therapy to engage in people every so often. And just so you know off the bat, I don't hate people whatsoever, but I do enjoy my time alone. Because I read, I learn, and apparently that's one of the traits of smart people that a lot of people don't know. It's not being antisocial, it's more just being social with yourself, I guess. I don't know. So I've done that a lot in my life, and it's caused me some issues as well, especially with family. But I think this is a good introduction for now. See how this went.